Because when I met you about 12 years ago, your fashion was so bad.
I thought it would be more of the choice of a weaker man. Get that K-chicken. Administer the K-chicken.
Oh my god, we're so ready to eat this chicken. Korean 양념통닭. While we're eating, I'm gonna talk about my top 5 culture shock in Canada as Korean. And you can comment on it if you wanna comment.
I can comment. I'll confirm. I'll let you know if she's lying.
Number 1, when you purchase anything, the price that you see is not what you pay. In Korea, tax and tips, everything is included as the final price. But here, let's say if you're buying $9.99 for one notebook, it's never gonna be $9.99. You have to have always extra cash. But if you use credit card, that's fine. But I never got used to it until later. You always have to have some wiggle room.
You got the price, and then you got the tax, and then you got
the warranty, and then you got the certification, and then you got the early repair, and then you got the Uber to go and complain about it.
There's all kinds of stuff here.
In Canada, we add here 13% of HST, right? So $9.99, if you have $10, it's not enough. You have to have $9.99 plus 13% tax. If you're buying a coffee, you may have to tip them too.
But wait, they have tax in Korea.
Yeah, I think everything is just included always.
It's just in the price.
Yeah.
All right.
So I never have to do my calculation. This is like...
Oh man, we can start. Oh, you already started. Oh man, I'm so depleted.
맛있어?
너무 맛있어요.
And number 2 is politeness. Canadians are super polite. You have to add please and thank you for every sentence. Because in Korean sentence structure, we already add 세요 at the end. That means please. So I don't think about adding please in another way. I used to just ask, can you bring me that? And my colleagues would say, please? You forgot your please.
Oh, your damn colleagues. Yeah, I suppose it would seem as though it's the same number of operators, but it's really not.
So when I actually go back to South Korea now, people know that I probably live in another country. They can tell based on my demeanor. Thank you and please are so ingrained in my body now. I say those things, even sorry. Sorry for everything.
In Korean?
Yeah.
Oh.
So here you have to say sorry for everything, like touching a little bit. Oh, sorry. So if when I go back to South Korea, I say those things and people find me kind of weird. And also a lot of political correctness in Canada. You cannot say certain things. You may offend other culture. In Korea, when I grew up, it's just one single culture, which is Korean culture. So we never have to worry about offending anyone. We can just say anything. Not that we talk about even other culture, not really. We talk about our job, how to make money, relationship, those things, family matters. We don't really talk about other races too much. Should we turn off the TV? Seems like our face is like blinking.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. And also another thing that Korean people say a lot, 죽을래?
죽을래?
You wanna die? You can never say that to any Canadian. You go to jail maybe.
Yeah.
Even you tweet, not that I use Twitter.
You definitely can't say that.
Yeah. You're inciting violence.
죽을래?
Number 3 is a relaxed environment. In Korean culture, we have 빨리 culture. 빨리 is quickly.
Hurry. Okay.
Hurry. Here everyone is so relaxed. I guess depends on which city you live in. We live in Ottawa, which is the capital of Canada. Definitely it's more relaxed than Toronto or Montreal. But still, even Montreal or Toronto, probably my family would find them more relaxed than South Korea.
So I really like that about Korea.
Why?
The hustle and bustle, just the attitude of people that are trying to make good use of their time.
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciated that.
Efficiency.
Yeah. People move on the elevator. Well,
Escalator.
on the escalator, sorry. People move on the escalator.
It's just the norm.
Yeah.
You stand on the right side and only the people who want to walk up is left.
You got stuff to do. You want to make stuff better.
Mm-hmm.
I like that attitude.
So if you go to stores, I can see cashiers will chat with customers. How are you? How was your day? That's all good. But sometimes it goes so long that it seems like they're reunited from school. You know, like they've known each other for so long and they talk about their whole life. That doesn't happen in South Korea. People behind in the line will probably yell at you like, can you guys hurry up? When my mom visited here, she said, how come on the weekend city looks like dead? I brought her to downtown and it was completely dead, like no people. And we're government city, so actually weekend is actually more quiet than during the week. You agree?
Yeah.
And my sister visited here in the summertime and we're walking on a canal, and during the week she found a lot of people jogging and having beer on the patio during the lunch hour. So she asked me, how come Canadian people don't work?
Public servants.
She had no idea. And I told her that yeah, people take extra time for lunch. They make time to jog on the canal or they go out with colleagues for beer, which never happens really in South Korea.
It's more competitive for sure. You see it in the service industry. You see people taking more pride in their work. At least in trying to be the best at what they do. Yeah, notice that just even in subtle things like shops or in like the role that they're performing, like a security guard or customer service in general. I found that people were like they were tuned to their task, not trying to let their personality govern it as much, but having an understanding of what the task is and doing that really well.
Professionalism. I remember the first time I saw a clerk chewing gum. It really shocked me. How can the person chew gum at work? That's a cashier. You have to talk to clients. That is a really big no-no in South Korea.
There was more emphasis on that, when we were children. It was less common there. It would be depicted as something that's a little bit unusual and rude. But I don't think people think about it as much now. Or chew chicken.
And number 4, it's kind of related to number 3. It's space. Canada is the second largest country in the world. And the population is half the size of Korean population, South Korean population. So it's got so much land and less people. You have more spaces to go around, and people say that don't come into my bubble. Which I never understood.
People are less comfortable about having people in their space.
Maybe that's why Korean people tend to be touchy, because we're always so close and comfortable with skinship. We call it skinship.
Skinship?
Yeah. Skin relationship. Skinship is like touchy. I remember when I was in grocery store, I was walking by between the person and then like where the fruit is, like literally in between. But it was so narrow space. But your friend witnessed me doing it. And he told me, is that from your culture?
Who was that? Oh, yeah.
And when he told me, I actually had no idea. What do you mean?
Yeah, people are going to get theirs. In Korea, they're going to get theirs whatever way they can.
And then the last one is a fashion stigma. You can actually talk about it. Because when I met you about 12 years ago, your fashion was so bad.
I was wearing stuff like this, actually. I'm dressed totally like I was back then.
But you're wearing like really baggy khaki pants and really baggy
Cargo
stuff.
pants. There were cargo pants and like some tight Nike shirt. Like was probably just like this one, but I don't usually wear this stuff out anymore.
Yeah. One time, do you remember I told you to buy a skinny jean?
Yeah, I wouldn't have it.
And you're so opposed to it?
Yeah. It's just not functional to have jeans that I'm less mobile in. Functionality took primacy for me then and still now, really, but especially then, it would be maybe the only thing I would think about. I would actually avoid thinking about fashion, or at least value the concept of choosing on the basis of something other than fashion. I thought it would be more of the choice of a weaker man, a man who's less concerned about his function and more of his appearance. And so it didn't make sense to me back then. I guess it still doesn't make sense to me, but a bit of fashion can be useful. You can derive utility from your social interactions that way.
Mm-hmm. I think when I asked you to wear skinny jean or taking care of your fashion, you thought that it was something feminine. It's what feminine people would do. You didn't want to look feminine. You wanted to look like a strong man.
I didn't want to be thinking about it too much.
Mm-hmm. Korean guys take care of their skin. Sometimes they wear makeup. As you know, K-pop stars, they always wear makeup. I did notice that people here, it's not just you who have that fashion stigma. When I worked at a salon, my colleagues told me that male client brought a Louis Vuitton wallet, and she made a comment, "He must be gay." And I told her, why? Like, what makes you think that he's gay? I had no clue. And she said, because he has a Louis Vuitton purse. And I said, like, what about it?
Yeah, if he has good taste, then that's even more appealing to women.
Yeah! In Korea, guys love expensive brand.
Mm-hmm. Luxurious items.
Luxurious item. And women actually love that too.
They show it off to attract the women.
But here is a little different.
I mean, we still do that here as well. But yeah, there was that stereotype that those who prefer those sorts of things, it's because they're gay or...
Mm-hmm. But things are changing here too, right?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, it was something that I didn't get it. I think that was it.
Oh, my legs.
So that was my top 5 culture shock as Korean in Canada. What is your culture shock that you experience in other culture? Please comment down below and let me know if you have felt any culture shock that I share with you in this video. I love to find out.
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.